Everybody, just wanted to show you a little life hack that might be helpful for you in these days. Maybe you're not wanting to go to the grocery store as often. Maybe you want to save a little money. I thought this might be a little helpful advice for families out there everywhere. So we've all been there where we've maybe had a meal. We've had some rice, maybe had some meat, some vegetables, some kind, and there's leftovers, and you want to put them in the fridge for another day. And what invariably happens in our house anyway is that often the meat will get eaten and the rice won't. So I'm just going to give you an example here. We had some rice and some sausage. As you can see here, we have the dish and you have some rice. And so you have the meat gone and the rice left. So what we're gonna do here is show you a way to use this rice without having to throw it away. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is, depending on your situation, but in our case here, we do have a little bit of sauce or meat stain on some of the rice. And so you're gonna wanna separate that out, as you can see I'm doing right here, before you move forward in the next stage of the process. You're really gonna wanna do this if you want the best possible final product. But if you don't care, it doesn't really matter then. Okay, so what we've done here now is we've put the rice from the bowl, from the fridge, now into a saucepan on the stove. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start heating that up with some milk. We're gonna add some milk right here to the rice, and we're gonna start heating it up. As you can see, the rice and milk are starting to heat up. Some may ask, how much milk per rice do you add? And really, it's one of those things that you go with your gut. The high-end chefs, they don't use measurements, and so I've never done that myself. And you just feel it out and what you want to add. If you add a little bit too much, like I may have done this time, you have to just cook a little bit longer. As the rice is heating up with the milk, one thing you're going to want to consider, it's going to really impact the final outcome and whether your kids will actually eat it, is the sweetener. You're going to want to sweeten this. You can sweeten it different ways. I would recommend honey, sweetening with honey, and specifically raw Canadian honey from Karis Honey Farms. So big shout out to Brad Cole and his honey farm there, because that's really what's going to take this product over the top. So we see here the rice continuing to cook. The honey has been added, and again, you may ask, how much honey? And again, it's sort of a gut thing. You gotta feel that one out. How much to add, but you can't go wrong with more honey. That's what Brad always says, so I go with that. More honey, the better. The other thing you want to do too, as you are cooking, if you do see any, some discolored rice, or maybe a stray chunk of meat still in the rice, you're going to want to find that and take it out. Again, will just help the presentation of the final product if you can eliminate some of those chunks. So once you get your consistency of the rice down to this stage you want it, you can turn down the heat. Yeah, I was going about pretty much high heat the whole time. May not be recommended by a lot of people, but kind of speeds up the process a bit. And we all know we're busy, we got places to go, people to see. Just kidding. I have all the time in the world, but I still went with high heat, but now I've turned it down low heat. So the last things we're gonna add here is a little bit of vanilla and some cinnamon. Cinnamon is both for the taste and also the coloration, just to help hide some of the other things that may still be in the rice. So we add that as well. So we're just gonna do that as we continue to simmer. So we've now stirred in the cinnamon and the vanilla. We're getting really close to that great consistency, that creamy texture that we're looking for. So as soon as we get to that optimal point, we're going to add to the fancy it up a bit with some presentation in these dishes. So I'll get back to you in one sec here. So as you can see here now, I've got what we're going to call rice pudding in the bowls to help with the presentation. Now I'm just going to be adding just a little bit of cinnamon on the top, just to garnish a little bit, give a little bit of a fancy look to it. It's all about presentation, really, when it comes down to the final product. So that about does it there, as you can see. So all that's left now really is I'm going to saran wrap these bad boys here and put them in the fridge. Some cool a little bit, and then we'll give it a test run with the kids and see how it goes. So you can see the final product here. I've refrigerated for some time, and now I've got it on the counter ready for the girls to eat. So I'm going to call the girls out here. I didn't mention earlier, but as well as being sort of a frugal money-saving idea for you, it's also an opportunity to get your kids out of their bedrooms. So you'll see here in a moment just how that works. Peyton, Cabry, come here for a sec. What? I made rice pudding.
Made rice pudding?
Yeah.
Oh, I love your homemade rice pudding.
Yeah, come here and try it. See what you think.
That's so good. Yeah.
Is it not? It took me a long time to make it from scratch, but there it is.
It's good.
Very good.
Oh.